guys, this is Ackley, SamAttack4427 here with another special video for all of you guys, and yeah, I do indeed apologize if I have this bandage, of course, pretty much on my middle finger, of course, my right hand, for sure. I must have got a little cut on it, pretty much some time ago, and I did spot a few blood spots on it, but don't worry about a thing. It's currently healing up as we speak, so it shouldn't be a problem at all. So, but that's not important right about now. I think I might as well get right on to the subject of today's video that I'm talking about here today. So yeah, if you actually may recall, I think quite frankly about 3 to 4 months ago, I actually did a video talking about what's been going on and stuff with, of course, pretty much the actors and, of course, the members of SAG-AFTRA joining the Writers Guild of America with, of course, their ongoing strike that's been going on for the majority of the past several months for sure. Well, of course, yeah, I guess it's no big surprise for today's video right about now. Yeah, looks like we're officially talking about the strikes once again, but there is actually one major difference compared to, of course, the previous video that I actually mentioned. Why, you may ask? Well, if you can't tell by the obvious title, yeah, I think currently, as of now, yeah, I think I might as well give you guys pretty much from what I can gather. Honestly, to me, I think pretty much a little recap of course, what I've mentioned, and of course, a couple of my thoughts videos that I did throughout the course of this fall for sure. So yeah, if you actually may recall, and of course, my thoughts video that I did on Saw X, I did mention that the Writers Guild of America has finally got their strike settled for sure, to which honestly is actually really quite amazing for sure. I'm really glad they actually got their strike resolved for sure, and that doesn't stop there. Oh, no, because if you actually may recall, and of course, one of my more recent thoughts videos that I did, which is, of course, the Marvels, believe it or not, I actually did that thoughts video at perfect timing because around the time I actually saw it on the big screen, right around last week, from what I can recall, the actors and, of course, the members of SAG-AFTRA finally got their strike settled as of now. So yeah, I guess it is quite obvious from, of course, why I actually mentioning, of course, this video, both the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA finally got both of their strikes settled, and they're now officially getting themselves back to work for sure. Meaning that, of course, all the major movies and TV shows and stuff that are actually in the works can finally resume production and actually get itself going. So what does this mean exactly? Well, it actually does mean quite a lot of things for sure, but I guess for the sake of this latest video, I think it makes sense to finally give pretty much my 2 cents, of course, this bit of news that we actually got for sure. So yeah, for starters, I'm actually really quite thrilled that both of the strikes finally got settled for sure, because quite frankly, when they first started popping up for sure, honestly, to me, I was actually really quite surprised to actually hear that for sure, because I guess for the Writers Guild, yeah, I guess I was actually quite surprised when I actually heard the news on that, but of course, I did keep my hopes up, and I hope it won't interfere with, of course, what I got going on for sure. But right around the time of July when I heard the news that SAG-AFTRA and, of course, the actors joined in, of course, that strike, I was like, holy shit, this is absolutely serious for sure. Yeah, and, of course, it does lead to quite a lot of stuff that you think you would actually get for sure. So yeah, it of course does result in several movies and TV shows stopping production altogether, and of course it actually affected most of the current releases that we actually got for sure, to which, yeah, quite frankly, we still got the good number of releases, don't get me wrong, with of course with the strikes going on around the time for sure, but yeah, it was actually really effective for sure, and I was really quite surprised to actually hear that for sure. So, but yeah, I guess the answer is actually quite obvious, of course, that front. I knew right away that I was actually really quite surprised that I actually heard the news for sure, but I knew I made it a priority, hands down, that I actually still want to give you guys what I would expect, what I will want to give out for sure, especially, of course, my thoughts videos for sure, because, yeah, I guess if you actually pretty much may or may not recall, it looks like pretty much my thoughts videos that I do on my channel for sure is of course what helps fuel my channel and actually help keep constantly push out more and more videos for me to share for all of you guys for sure, because and let's not forget to mention that I still have this really strong love for movies and TV shows altogether, and I still want to give all of you guys what I actually thought of course, every single one of them for sure. Yeah, either as a way to either try it for yourself or to avoid it, hands down, so. But yeah, I still knew right away that despite the strikes going on, the show still must go on, of course, my part for sure, and yeah, I think, yeah, I guess that is exactly what has actually happened for sure, and yeah, I never actually stopped there for sure. I still actually did some stuff to help still correspond with the strikes and stuff, like, of course, leaving the links and stuff to all the information needed, and of course, pretty much also leaving the link to the Entertainment Community Fund to actually help support everyone in the entertainment industry, just so that the strikes could actually still go on for sure. So, I mean, really, let's face it, with, of course, writers and actors pretty much getting, like, low pay and stuff and having their, pretty much their careers threatened by the usage of AI, yeah, I think it is actually quite obvious on where they're actually trying to go for with their strikes for sure, and yeah, I still want to show my support to, of course, all of them for sure, and you might be wondering, yeah, I think you might be thinking to yourself, that doesn't seem pretty fair. You can't actually still go see movies for sure, despite the strikes going on. Well, really bear this in mind for sure. I mean, let's face it, I'm no member of either the Writers Guild or the Actors Guild, or I guess in this case SAG-AFTRA, or both for that matter, and I'm not actually part of any big studio that is actually doing their best to, of course, give you movies for sure. No. What I basically am is just a regular old content creator, and of course, pretty much has establishing every single one of my review videos that I've actually put out. I'm actually basically my own inner movie critic for sure, because yeah, I'm actually doing what I actually do whenever I review a movie is, of course, well, look at a movie, talk about what works and what doesn't, and give a general rating that I think is actually appropriate for that said film for sure, so. But yeah, that's basically what I am entirely, and I'm pretty sure I'm not alone, of course, that front for sure, so. And yeah, I guess pretty much of anything. Of course, I do want to help out the writers and the actors in every single way that I can, but really think about this for a second. If I actually pretty much decide to help out in pretty much corresponding with the strikes and not go to the movie theaters, honestly, I think that would have been quite interesting for sure, just to show my support to all the writers and the actors, but really think about this for a second. If I do exactly that by not going to the movie theater, do you know what would actually happen? That's right, I will not give any of the movie theaters I'm actually going to any business for sure. And let's not forget to mention that pretty much it's not just that, but I fear that movies will actually lose money for sure, and will either bomb or flop at the box office for sure. So yeah, I knew right away that I think I would actually leave a really sour note for, of course, movie theaters if I decide to not go to the movies. Pretty much, yeah, not go to the movie theaters to see the movies for sure. And that's honestly something I actually really do love for sure. So yeah. But quite frankly, yeah, I think I knew right away that I did say to myself, just because the strikes are actually going on for sure, doesn't mean you can actually not see the movies in light of course, the strikes going on for sure. I mean, really, let's face it, that's something I've actually been doing for quite a long time now, ever since I was a little biggy, iggy, wiggy kid for sure. And let's not forget to mention, for the past 2 to 3 years now, or probably more than that for sure, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna say 3 years for sure. Pretty much on my local movie theater I always love going to, Crown City Cinemas. Yeah, like I said, I've actually mentioned them several times in, of course, my videos for sure, even the ones that I did in the past for sure, including its own video that I did pretty much about that SAG movie theater for sure. Yeah, I always love going there for sure, for of course any of the new releases that are actually out for sure, and let's not forget to mention the people actually running that SAG place are always happy to see me there for sure. So quite frankly, they couldn't get enough of course me as much as I couldn't get enough of them for sure. But yeah, I think with, of course, why I'm actually seeing it for sure, I knew right away that if I not go to the movies to pretty much correspond with the strikes, then I think movie theaters will actually pretty much lose money for sure. Amongst other things that movie theaters are fearing nowadays that could actually lead to them running out of business. And don't worry, I'm pretty sure I'll get to one of those subject matters pretty much in its own video later on for sure. But quite frankly, I knew right away that if I not go to the movie theaters while the strikes are going on, then that will be a really bad sign for the movie theaters for sure. So yeah, I pretty much did what I had to do for sure, and still actually go see the movies at the movie theater for sure, while at the same time still give out my review to all of you guys with, of course, the links and stuff that I have for the past 3 to 4 months now to still correspond with the ongoing strikes for sure. So that's actually something that I've been doing for the past 4 months now, and thankfully that's been working out very well right up until the end of course, the SAG-AFTRA strike for sure, and I'm pretty sure with what I'm actually saying right now, thankfully most of the movies that we've actually got while the strikes are actually going on for sure, they've actually managed to do very well despite all of that, for sure. Like, of course, pretty much a good example is that despite me being about a week late to jump on board on this trend, I was actually really quite thrilled with the really great experience I had joining in on the Barbenheimer trend, for sure. So yeah. And I think you know exactly what I mean when I said Barbenheimer, for sure. That's right, both Barbie and Oppenheimer, for sure. And I think it's no big surprise on why I actually thought about those, for sure. I definitely do think Barbie actually really took me by surprise than what I was expecting. And it does result in actually being a really good movie, for sure. And which, by the way, I did manage to get the movie on Blu-ray not too long ago, which was actually really quite amazing. So yeah, that's actually what I can say on that front. And yeah, Barbie, like I said, I do think it's actually a really good movie. But on a more cinematic level, I do think Oppenheimer is actually really great, for sure. And definitely a much better movie, for sure. And yeah, I knew I was really excited ever since last year when I actually heard the news. And boy, it really delivered on its promise, for sure. And yeah, I think with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, I do think Oppenheimer is actually a really great movie, hands down, and yeah, pretty much everything else from, of course, what I've actually seen, especially getting to see the movie in IMAX, it was actually well worth it, for sure. So yeah, and of course, I can also argue for all the other movies that I did see sometime afterwards, for sure. Like, of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, Haunted Mansion, and let's see, what else? What else? Oh yeah, Blue Beetle, Gran Turismo, The Equalizer 3, and of course a few other ones I actually did see throughout October lead to where we are right now. I already did mention the Marvels that I did talk about last week, but of course, pretty much all the the few number of horror movies I actually saw throughout the course of October, for sure. Like, of course, Saw X, Exorcist Believer, and Five Nights at Freddy's. And honestly, to me, I think pretty much from what I can gather, yeah, I guess pretty much it's like I said, October pretty much for this year, I really did come full circle, for sure, and yeah, I was really quite surprised and amazed on how good Saw X was, for sure, and definitely much better than all the other Saw movies that actually came beforehand. So yeah, I guess it's safe to say I actually really do like Saw X, for sure, and it's definitely the best one I've actually seen since the first film, for sure, and of course I made a pairing of how disappointed I was with The Exorcist Believer, for sure, to which, don't get me wrong, it was actually really quite amazing to actually go for a Thursday night screening of it, which actually gave me more time to prep up for Retro Game Con, for sure. But I guess in the end, I was expecting to actually have Exorcist Believer to follow suit and actually be like a really good sequel to, of course, the original Exorcist, for sure. But what I got instead was, of course, a complete and utter letdown altogether that doesn't actually feel fresh and relevant, for sure. So yeah. And, of course, to top it all off, we, of course, came full circle with, of course, the good, the bad, and now the decent, with, of course, Five Nights at Freddy's, for sure. And, yeah, I think, like I said, I actually do think it's actually a pretty decent flick altogether. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, as a horror film altogether, it's not really that good, but I do think it actually really does do a fine job, and, of course, actually capturing the look and the spirit of the original games, for sure, to which, yeah, I guess is, of course, what I expected, for sure, and again, I do think it's actually a pretty decent flick, for sure, and of course, the answer is, of course, yes, I did have a good time seeing it, for sure, and yeah, I guess it's one film that I actually don't mind for sure, so... And I know a lot of people are actually saying that this movie is actually terrible, bland, and forgettable, and one that you should just avoid altogether. Well, I hate to break it to all of you guys, but I strongly disagree on that for sure, so yeah. And if you have seen my thoughts video on, of course, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, you'll see what I mean for sure, so yeah, I guess, quite frankly, all the ones that you actually, all the ones that I've actually mentioned for sure, those are the ones I've actually seen throughout the course of the past 4 months for sure at the movie theater, while I'm still corresponding with, of course, the ongoing strikes for sure, so... And that's amongst other things, like, of course, pretty much stuff on streaming, and, of course, pretty much the ones released onto straight to a video and stuff. I didn't actually mention in this video entirely because I want to keep it to, of course, movies on the big screen for sure, but quite frankly, I still talked about the ones that I did need to talk about, like, of course, the Miraculous Ladybug movie, part 2 of the Ruby Justice League movie, and, of course, pretty much the live-action adaptation of One Piece on Netflix. I still managed to talk about for sure, just to really give you guys something really quite interesting for sure, and that's exactly why I got for sure, So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I could say on, of course, that front for sure. So now this would beg the other question. Where do we go from here now that the strikes are actually settled for sure? Well, I guess there are a few things I can actually mention for sure. One is that I did mention, of course, my review on the Marvels that I did last week. I actually decided that pretty much right up until the end of this year, with each and every single one of my thoughts videos coming up for sure, I'm actually going to leave the link to the Entertainment Community Fund in the description box below, just for you guys to check out and definitely see of how much you can actually donate for sure to help out with the people, pretty much with the ongoing strikes for sure, so yeah. And of course, after pretty much after this year wraps up, and right up until the new year for sure, pretty much every single one of my thoughts videos are definitely gonna go back to normal, just the way I originally intended. Pretty much since the very beginning when I first started making these on my channel for sure. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much why I decided to do it for sure, and especially with, of course, the next one that I'll actually do it for sure, you definitely are gonna see that for sure, and yeah, like I said, I do encourage all of you guys to check out the Entertainment Community Fund for sure, and like I said, if you got the time and the money, donate as much as you can for sure, So that's one thing for sure, which I guess is pretty much on the bright side for sure. But for the downsides, on the other hand, well, with, of course, what's actually been affected with, of course, with the strikes for sure, chances are we are going to see some massive delays in, of course, most of the new movies that we're going to be getting for sure, And I guess it is quite obvious on, of course, that front for sure, So yeah, like I said, I think pretty much a few of the ones that I can actually give examples of for sure, like of course, for example, Godzilla X Kong, New Empire, Doom Part 2, and Kraven the Hunter, for example, have all got their pretty much release dates massively delayed and are currently scheduled with, of course, new release dates for sure. Like, of course, Doom Part 2 won't be out until March of next year. The new Godzilla and Kong movie won't be out until April of next year. And probably the biggest casualty of all this is that right around last month, we could have gotten Kraven the Hunter for sure, but now that's actually being delayed right up until August of next year. And honestly, that is, of course, the biggest casualty that I've actually seen by far. I have never seen a movie be delayed that much since Morbius, hands down, so... Except the only difference is that with Kraven the Hunter, it did get delayed due to the massive strikes, while I guess for Morbius, well, we all know how bad it is, but it did get delayed constantly because of COVID for sure, right alongside Top Gun Maverick as another one of the biggest casualties for sure, so yeah, and that's just to name me a few, with a whole lot more that I couldn't actually get out of for sure, so yeah. But I guess on the bright side, on the other hand, the movies that are currently slated to come out for sure some point around next year, believe it or not, they've already got production, of course, most of the movies so far already back up into production for sure, like, of course, the new Venom movie, Deadpool 3, and let's see, I think those are the two that I can actually think of that have already got production back up and running for sure, and of course, let's not forget to mention, there are a few other movies that are currently coming out for sure that have yet to, of course, finish up production for sure, like, of course, Beetlejuice 2 is currently slated to finish up principal photography, as it only got about, like, a day and a half left for sure, with about, pretty much, as stated by Tim Burton, 99% of the movie almost done filming for sure, so yeah, probably by the time once they do get it back up and running, they'll finally be done with it, hands down, so that'll be nice, and let's not forget, some point around next year for sure, the upcoming film adaptation of the Broadway musical Wicked, that has yet to get production back up and running for sure, with, of course, probably to the best of my knowledge, I know some point around next year they are going to do some pickup shots and maybe some reshoots all together just to get things over and done with for sure, but hey, we shall definitely wait and see once it actually does come around for sure, so yeah. Despite the fact that we are going to see some massive delays for most of the movies that are going to be coming up, I'm actually really quite thrilled that the ones that are currently in production as we speak will finally get production back up and running for sure, and that's not the only bright side for sure. We did manage to get several trailers as of now that the strikes have finally got settled for sure. But probably one that I can actually think of that I was really quite thrilled to actually see for sure, and it came out at such perfect timing for sure, is that we finally got the trailer for the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out next year, which is, of course, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. So yeah, and of course, I did manage to take a look at the trailer, and I am really quite amazed with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, and it actually does look like it's actually gonna have a whole lot of promise for sure, not only picking up exactly where Afterlife left us off, but also still keeping true to the love and spirit of the original Ghostbusters for sure, So yeah, I'm really excited to actually see that for sure, and yeah, I think they definitely made the right calling, actually, getting the trailer out for the new Ghostbusters movie at perfect timing for sure, So yeah, and of course, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get more like this later on, but I'm pretty sure we'll definitely have to wait and see, of course, that front for sure, because you may never know what will actually come around for sure, so yeah. So yeah, I think, quite frankly, I do think pretty much the end of the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA strikes honestly, it was, of course, a really long battle for sure, but they really did win that for sure, but I mean, really, let's face it, hands down, they may have won the battle, but the war is actually far from over for sure. And I think it is quite obvious on what I actually mean on that front. Yeah, this may be the end of course, these strikes for sure, but I'm pretty sure, hands down, they will not be the last, hands down, because really, let's face it, pretty much there is going to be something that Hollywood might actually put out that will actually get both the Writers Guild and SAG-AFTRA back onto the picket line for sure, but we wouldn't cross that bridge until we actually get there for sure. So yeah, you may never know what will actually come around for sure, but chances are I think we might actually possibly get that for sure, but we just don't know when, hands down. So yeah, I think it's what I could say on, of course, that front for sure. So. But regardless, of course, of that front, I'm still looking forward to, of course, seeing all the movies that are going to be coming out right up until the end of this year, now that all the strikes have actually got settled for sure. Like, of course, pretty much currently as of now for the rest of this month for sure. I think some point around this weekend, I'm already due for a double feature on both the new pretty much Trolls band together, which I'm quite curious to see, seeing of how I did manage to see the first two a couple of years beforehand, and of course the new Hunger Games movie that is already out as we speak for sure. So yeah, I'm quite curious to see on how that'll go for sure, and good timing because I did manage to finish up going through all of the Hunger Games movies beforehand, so yeah, I think it's a good way to refresh my mind beforehand, so quite curious to see on how it'll go. And of course, let's not forget to mention, I'm most excited to see the new animated Disney movie Wish that's going to be coming out for sure, So yeah, I knew right away from when I actually saw the trailers for Wish, I got really excited for it, hands down, and I knew right away that it is going to be absolutely amazing, and plus, I did manage to take a listen to, of course, a good number of the songs from that said movie that have already got up onto YouTube as we speak, and they definitely sound amazing from what I can gather, so yeah, I'm really quite excited to see how that'll go down for sure, and of course, right around afterwards, I've got like a whole chunk of movies for December that'll help keep me busy for sure, alongside my Christmas shopping for my family. But yeah, I'll definitely let you guys know, of course, that front on how it'll go from the hero for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front for sure, but nevertheless, I am really quite thrilled that both of the strikes got settled, and I'm excited to see on what will be coming our way now that they're both resolved for sure. So yeah, like I said, they may be over, but I'm pretty sure they will not be the last for sure, because you may never know what will actually come up for sure. But hey, regardless on that, now that they're officially over, we can finally get ourselves back to work, hands down, and finally still continue on supporting all of our favorite movies for sure. So yeah, no matter how good or how bad they are, as long as, of course, pretty much we have everyone in the entertainment industry helping out with, of course, two of the biggest factors by far that we need the most, writers and actors, chances are we are still good. Pretty much get some really interesting movies for sure, whether they be good or bad, or maybe somewhere in between. And if not, then I guess all you're left is just absolutely nothing, hands down, and that is something that we do not need for sure. So yeah, and of course on that thought, I think that's pretty much a good way to end this video for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest video for sure, and definitely let me know in the comment section below on what you thought about both of these strikes finally get settled for sure. And also let me know, of course, what ones that you're excited to see for 2024 for sure, and of course, moreover, yeah, like I said, definitely check out the Entertainment Community Fund, to which the link to that is down in the description box below. And like I said, definitely donate as much as you can to help out everyone in the entertainment industry for sure. I'm pretty sure they would mean the world, hands down. So yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and yeah, feels great to finally get this off my chest for sure. I mean, I could have done a whole lot more earlier, but I got busy with, of course, other things. So hopefully, I think this video will actually help smooth things over for sure. So yeah, I guess right up until my next thoughts video that'll be coming up, to which I guess is quite obvious on what I'll be talking about for sure, but you'll just have to wait and see on that. So yeah, I'll leave you at that. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.